Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this special presentation of the Rotary Tennis Channel. It's up close and personal, today brought to you by Coca-Cola. Today's spotlight is on the legendary tennis player, Tony Kakar. Dr.
I checked the makeup.
It's my pleasure today to welcome to the Tennis Channel a new anchor that we've brought over from Fox News. Stolen her from Fox News. Welcome, Phyllis Sentiment.
Well, hi, Dick. I'm so glad to be with you. I want to introduce you to our roving reporter, also from Fox News, April.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
April.
Let's serve it up, Dick.
Dr. Rajesh Tony Kakar was born in Indiana.
Wow.
I mean, India.
I knew you weren't there in geometry.
It was India, sorry. It's New Delhi, India, where Tony was born. Here's a photo of Tony with his parents, his 3 brothers, and 2 sisters. His dad was a well-known sports announcer in India. In fact, his father was known as the Howard Purcell of India.
Is that a big deal?
Yeah, kind of, Phyllis, it is.
Well, anyway, these guys are like a really smart bunch, these K-cars. He has siblings that are political scientists, an educator, an ophthalmologist, a businessman, and even a rocket scientist at NASA. No joke. Well, here's Tony with one of his sisters and his brother. And it turns out that Tony had early entrepreneurial ambitions because he used to charge his sisters and their boyfriends for rides on his motorcycle. You see, it was forbidden in India for them to date. So Tony made a little cash on the side.
Turns out Tony was quite a musical theater player when he was in high school. Had the singing lead in that famous musical production, Out of India. There's Tony on the far right.
Is that how they came up with the Tony Award?
No. While you may think that this is another play, in high school, Tony was actually a cadet in the Indian Navy, sort of like our ROTC. That's Tony on the left. Whoa, where's Tony? That's Tony. There's Tony on the left.
Wow, Tony's on the left?
Yeah, and on the far left, actually.
I didn't think so, but okay. An explorer by nature, Tony left his homeland for America in pursuit of the American dream. He started at Texas Tech in Lubbock in 1971. He taught statistics, math, and computer science. And while he was teaching, he was earning all kinds of degrees. Lots and lots of degrees.
Actually, I'm going to give you a few of Tony's degrees. Tony is a doctor of philosophy in information systems, receiving that degree from Texas Tech University in 1979. He has a Doctor of Business Administration in Quantitative Sciences, Texas Tech University, 1978. Master of Science in Statistics, Texas Tech University, 1976. A Master of Science in Mathematics from the University of Delhi, India, 1972, and a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from the University of Delhi in India, 1970.
Wow. Well, that's pretty interesting. So, Tony was known as a deviant on campus?
Well, he was a snappy dresser.
Yeah, he's quite the snappy dresser. Take a look at this. Well, Tony was a snappy dresser, and he was known around campus for tutoring sorority sisters in mathematics, calculus, and standard deviation, as we mentioned. But what we want to find out from April is, were any of the people that visited the doctor's office while he was on campus around?
If you're talking about the people he tutored, I believe some of them are here.
He tutored me. Yeah, he tutored me. I could not,
Before I met Tony, I couldn't add 2 and 2. I went to Tony, I said, Tony, I cannot even add 2 plus 2. So he gave me a calculator.
and here's another
2T of Tony. That's how he made me feel. It was speechless. He was fantastic and amazing. And one last 2T that I see in the audience. I went to go see Tony for a chest cold. I didn't think he was that kind of doctor.
Okay, moving along. Tony was pretty pleased when he got this Z. It was one of his first love affairs with cars.
And Tony met the lovely Cassie, a student in one of his classes at Texas Tech. Incidentally, Cassie is a doctor herself, doctor of education. And they were both Red Raider fans.
Who is a Red Raider anyway?
See if April can help us with that. April?
Well, I think Cassie may be able to share something with us. Does anything come to mind?
Well, I think, go, Tech, go. Fight, Tech, fight. Win, Tech, win. Gotta pause here. Tonight.
Between the pursuit of higher education, a love of sports, and their dedication to the Red Raiders, it turns out Tony and Cassie were a love match. It was game, set, match, and they were married in 1976.
Soon after, they started a family and had 2 handsome, smart, athletic boys, Austin and Drake.
Wait, what is this one for?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought this one was for the ladies.
Fox News, isn't it? Fox News. Tony's career was taking off, and it brought him to Phoenix, Arizona to teach at ASU. ASU in 1977. Here are Tony and Cassie arriving in the Arizona sunshine.
Nice ride, Tony. Ever the entrepreneur at heart, Tony began to incubate a company while teaching at ASU. And he found he just couldn't resist the challenge of growing the company and leaving teaching behind. He dedicated himself to building System Solution, a premier data storage and programming business.
In 1994, Tony was honored as the Entrepreneur of the Year by none other than the Entrepreneur of the Year Society. Success soon followed, and the fruits of his labor began to pay off. and his love affair with fast cars got roaring.
Whoa, this is a really nice ride. He must be really successful, huh?
Not a big fan of the Harley, Tony traded for an Indian.
You mean to say there's still Indian traders?
This is still Arizona. Dr. Kakar had a reunion with some former tutoring clients. And I hear he wasn't just a good tutor, but a legendary tennis player, an athlete, and a man about town.
Not only is he a great athlete, but it appears that he's mastered 2 disciplines here: softball and ballet.
Yes, Phyllis. In all seriousness, Tony was a competitive tennis player from the time he was in high school through college and beyond. Here's Tony with one of his double partners, Randy Jones.
You know, Tony's got pretty good legs. Maybe he could be on Fox News too with those gams. Tony was so good, he was invited to play in the celebrity tournament as Omar Sharif with the famous actor Cliff Robertson.
And here's Tony with another of his accomplished double partners. This time with the famous John McEnroe. Interesting.
Hey, Dick, is this the crowd trying to get in to see Tony play in one of his celebrity matches?
No, Phyllis. This is Tony, Cassie, and some of their friends running with the bulls.
That ain't no bull, Dick.
Right, Phyllis, there. Yes, Phyllis, his love affair with tennis and family led them all to Wimbledon.
Tony's always been an early adopter of technology from the time he was little. From the love affair of his cell phone to his Apple Watch, he's on top of the tech trends like Google Glasses and the photo bomb.
Apparently also a fan of the selfie. Here's Tony with some of his friends at the Suns game.
Never one to want to miss a game or an event, he created the first multimedia room in his home. Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Right, Phyllis?
Well, Tony's known by many names. Tony, Dr. Kakar, Dr. Kakar, Rajesh, and the Chief. But why the Chief?
Think about it, Phyllis.
Well,
Think about it.
that doesn't seem very PC. I'm really not so sure about that. Let's toss it to April and see what she knows.
April, it's to you.
I think there's someone here that may know a little bit about that. Austin, would you like to help me out here?
I would. So, one day at tennis practice, Drake and I showed up, and our coach, James Jack, referred to my dad as the Chief. And my brother and I were like, what is this? Where'd you come up with this nickname? And he said, well, your dad has this Indian motorcycle, which we just saw a minute ago, and there's a large headdress on that, so there's a big chief head on the motorcycle. And I was like, that's it. And he's like, let's be real, he kind of runs the show around here at the village. So he's just the chief. And so we're like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. So I brought that information home, I shared it with my mom and dad, and let's just say it stuck, and it was embraced in a big way in the house, which I think led to the easiest Christmas present in the history of Christmas presents, which was that license plate that was just up here. But there's a picture of James Jack, the creator of the Chief. It's still going on to this day.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Actually, Austin and Drake are both quite tennis players on their own. Right, family? Right. The newest addition to the Kakar family is Caitlin, who some of you may have met at one of our Rotary meetings. I believe she was a guest not long ago. And by the way, she is a doctor too, Phyllis.
But still no one in the family can write a prescription? What a bummer.
Congratulations, Drake.
Well, the good kinds can always be had with the Kakars, and they never stop growing. He's a dancing machine, and she's the dancing queen.
That Cassie's a lassie.
Party, party, party.
Congratulations, Tony and Cassie. It's obvious, very obvious, that you two have raised two very fine young men.
Well, it'll be nice to have a doctor in the house. Please put your cell phones away, Rotarians and guests, and welcome the 102nd President of Rotary 100, Dr. Rajesh Tony Kakar.
Well, now the TV channel would like to turn the program back over to the president of the tennis channel, Cliff Peterson.
I have the great honor and great pleasure of handing over the president's pin to our new president.
Add it to the epilogue.
And Clef, we don't want you to be pinless, so I have the great pleasure of presenting you with your past president's pin.
Who needs the extra weight?
I think my diamond's bigger. Ladies and gentlemen, the past and present presidents of Phoenix Rotary 100.
Thank you, everybody. That's very nice. Phyllis, you found some interesting stuff about me. I appreciate the roasting you just did. And I actually felt pretty proud here and there, but then also felt pretty interesting. Anyway, I will not go into it. Clef, I'm really very, very happy that you were able to come and you made it. Yeah, and you called me 2-3 times in the email. You said, I'm going to try to make it. Wouldn't miss it for the event. That's very nice. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks to my kids who showed up. And these, I'm very proud of them. And they have, my wife is just taking care of me all the time. Thank you so much. My neighbors are here, and all my Rotary friends. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to the year. I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to make some things happen. I hope. With some help from you, that would be very important. Our project, it started with doing homes for the habitat, but like habitat stuff, and went into veterans. Now the 211, and Joe Pruitt has taken it. He's going to be the president after me, and I think we're going to do this right. we're going to have that be a project that's going to move on. We're going to happen for a long time. And Joe is helping me get this 2-on-1 going. And we're going to have veterans helping veterans, and it should be awesome. And there are so many other great programs that we're going to do. I am just honored and amazed at all my friends that are here. Is there time? What is the time thing? How long am I supposed to talk?
Half an hour.
Half an hour.
Let her rip, bud. Let her rip.
No problem. And then we can have some more people come talk. I think Cassandra told me that you'll have maybe 2 minutes to thank somebody, get out. But we could do, let's see, is there any question? And, oh, look at those. When I was in Rotary International in Sao Paulo, Brazil, I was there just about 2 weeks ago. And let's go back to that one picture with the skyline of Sao Paulo. I took it from my hotel room. Look at the skyline. Anywhere you look, I mean, you give about 100 yards and they put a high-rise. It's amazing. And then anyway, go to the next one. There's just a couple of pictures. Cassie with all these people and those screens behind her. There were a lot of people. We were a minority, the Americans were. But the colorful people from all over the world. And they all, we exchanged some great ideas. That's the J-Lo of, I don't know her name, but one of the Brazilian ladies wrote it down for me. But she is very popular. She had a concert. There were several concerts. There was a carnival, and it was amazing. Here's Cassandra with colorful Africa people, and it was amazing too. I like to say it was amazing a lot, don't I? Anything else? Anybody? Should we just call it a day, or let's do it. Let's call it a day.
Ring the bell.